Hi, Mrs. Hyatt. It's Lisa.
This is Nicole.
And this is Sydney. We're the 3 occupational therapy students that came to your classroom, one in February and one in March. The purpose of this video is to walk you through our AT consultation report that we are emailing to you, to discuss some recommendations on the technological use in your classroom to help improve learning and participation.
All right, so we want to first off thank you for letting us visit your classroom. We were very impressed with the amount of technology you're already utilizing. Your classroom is very organized. The desk placement allows all students to face the front of the room, and they're also in the tripods, which allow for teamwork and collaboration amongst the students. You used a lot of natural light, which is good for the learning process, and you also utilized the blinds if the sunlight was in some students' eyes. Your students appeared very eager to learn, and we really liked your overall philosophy that all students learn but in a different way, and you tried to incorporate that in everything that you taught throughout the day.
We understand that you're using technology on a daily basis, but we still feel that there are some ways that you can incorporate a little bit more into your daily routines. In a minute, we'll talk about some new app suggestions and how those can benefit your classroom. But first, I'd like to talk about some suggestions I have to enhance your classroom learning as a whole. First off, we would recommend a comfy reading center that consists of like comfy chairs or bean bags, just a place for the kids to go and relax and hang out during break times or free reading times. If a child is more comfortable, they are more prone to do things that are required of them, such as reading. Sometimes it's hard to read at a desk and might feel too much like schoolwork, but if they were in a relaxed environment and were allowed to read the book that they'd like to read, you might see more progress being made as a child may progress through a book faster. Additionally, we recommend that you might want to start like a Facebook group page where parents can go and see what their child is actually doing every day in class. You talked about that there were some communication issues with the child and their parents. They're not bringing home what is required of them or even any information to the parents. So if there's a place that the parents could actually log on and see what their child was doing, it might be beneficial for overall communication with the child and their parent, or with you and the child and you and the parents. Additionally, on that group page, private messages can be incorporated to where the parents could ask individualized questions about their child in particular if they had any concerns or questions about what you were posting on a daily basis. And another suggestion I had about organization, you said that some students still had papers in their backpacks from the beginning of the semester that they never gave to their families. Maybe it would be possible to even incorporate like a flash drive that is connected to a child's backpack that has all the documents from the whole entire school year that a parent can just pull up and fill out at their convenience versus relying on their child to give them the papers, especially at such a young age of 9 or 10 years old in 4th grade. Organization and responsibility might be a hard thing to grasp at that age. So just so the parents are more aware of what's going on and where you have better communication and possibly outcomes with the child performing in class might be an idea. You can get them relatively cheap, and I'm sure there's even group deals on flash drives.
All right, some apps that we can start off for you possibly are My Homework. It's an organizational tool. You can sync it with Teacher.io so that you can add things on there like your syllabus and different assignments. And then the students can have it on their tablets, which each of your students have, and they can sync it up with that. It will give them all their assignments. You can set it up for reminders for different points so they know when their assignments are due ahead of time, reminding them. That way they might not forget and can tell their parents beforehand. We also have some on grammar that we considered. We have one that's called English Grammar. It's a free app. It has 3 lessons that are free, but after that you do have to pay for some of them. There are 16 available. It's building up sentences around different things and using a sentence that's given to them to break it into different grammar, like adverbs, verbs, nouns. We also have one that's called Grammar Dragon. It's more like a game for it. The dragon apparently kidnaps your other classmates, and the student will go through different levels, and they will answer grammar questions to rescue their classmates as they go along, which would keep them more interested, I think, but that one is a paid app for 99 cents. It goes from very easy to difficult, ranging from grades 2nd to 6th, so you can change the difficulty as they get better and stuff as well. We have a couple sentence ones that they can use. Sentence Builder is our first one. It won Language Arts App of the Year in 2010. It's got 100 different pictures you can build sentences around. It keeps statistics for each student on their progress, but that is a paid app as well. We have one that's free. It's called Make Sentences age 5 through 35, which you pick and place words and correct sentences, and you're given a different collection of words. It can be random. And then you can actually set a timer for that one, so as they get better, you can shorten up the time so that they have to think quicker. Our last app is called Trace the Dots, which I know your students all write regularly in your classroom in their little planners with their prompts, but some of them aren't always the most legible. So this would work on their prehension and legibility of their sentences. If you used a stylus pen, it would make it so it was more natural for them than using their fingers to trace. You can get styluses at different department stores and even dollar stores. They're not overly expensive, and there are deals like at Staples for package purchases with various colors which they could choose from.
So overall, you seem to have a good understanding of adaptive technology within your classroom. You have incorporated many applications on the students' iPads to keep them interested and eager to learn during activities and assignments, especially in their math coursework. However, we hope that you consider additional applications that we have provided you to work on their grammar and sentence structure, as well as some of our organizational tools. If you go over to our AT consultation report, we have provided you our email addresses. If you have any additional questions for us, please feel free to email us. And once again, we want to thank you for letting us come into your classroom and make some recommendations for you.